Give us a home. How about that? How about just giving people that need a home inside? Then we'd be inside. You just want to just throw us to the rats. I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to crowd anyone. I don't want to use anyone. I just want to be in a place to live. You never know why a person is homeless. I was homeless, rendered homeless, for sure, because my house was caught on fire.
You know, this is really quite something to me that the news video would cherry pick a certain clip in order to play it out into the atmosphere for people to feel some type of way about what the president of the United States is doing in Washington, D.C. But you see, you have to be smarter than the people that's trying to indoctrinate you. You have to think for yourself. That's the key, thinking for yourself. Now, this person says, give us a home. Give us a home. You know, we don't want to be homeless. You know, don't just throw us away. You know, I'm homeless because there was a fire. I had a fire in my home. And guess what? That is totally understandable. You don't want to be homeless and nobody's throwing you away. Did not the press secretary come out and say that those that are on the streets, as they cleaning up these streets, getting homeless people off the streets, that they are going to relocate them to homeless shelters? Okay, that's the first step. You're going into a homeless shelter, you know, with four walls, a roof, some doors, some windows and everything, where you can get some food, some clothes, you know, a place to sleep, not a cardboard box on the street, not a park bench, not underneath a tree. That is the first step. And then she went on to say that they want to try to help those that are on drugs, those that want to be helped. See, the key in this, you have to want to be helped. Now, the funny thing about this is this. Washington, D.C. is in fact, a democratically ran city. It's democratically ran across the board. Overwhelmingly Democrat. So here you have a president that's coming in and say, hey, I want to help the homeless. I want to get them off the street. I want to put them in a homeless shelter. So if it rains, if the sun is scorching them, they will have a place to sleep in and not on the streets. I want to help them if they are on drugs. They need a helping hands. We could send them somewhere to get them cleaned up. If in fact they want to be cleaned up, that's the key. You have to want this. The street is not a home. Now, before he came into power and decided to do this, where were the Democrats that run the city? How were they trying to help you? Do you think that you staying on the street is in fact help? No, it's not help. It's hindrance. And I'm sorry, nobody wants to walk down the street and see a whole bunch of people and their whole livelihood on the sidewalks and on park benches. Because there have been no mental health checks, nobody knows the state of mind of those people. This lady says her house burned down, and I really feel for her on that. As a matter of fact, maybe about a month ago, my brother's house burned down. He was actually staying with his in-laws. They are currently displaced. He's actually staying with my parents right now because he's displaced. Him, his girl, and his children. He doesn't want to be displaced, but guess what? There were organizations that came in to help try to replace some things. But because it's not his home, now he may have to find a home of his own. Definitely could have ended up on the streets. So we understand what she's saying here. She's asking President Trump, give us a home. Why you didn't ask the Democrats in power to give you a home? They giving illegal migrants homes. Clock that. See, this is what we've been talking about. This is why this is important. They have homeless people on the streets. She's a United States citizen, okay? But yet and still, here's a president that's trying to help, but still getting criticized for the help that he's trying to do. At least he's doing something. The Democrats didn't do anything. Nothing whatsoever. They're okay with them being out there on the street. It wasn't offering them to be put into a homeless shelter. They was not even offering them to try to get cleaned up off of drugs for the ones that are on drugs. They offered them nothing, but they offered the illegal migrant everything. People that came through the back door or an open window and snuck into our country, broke into our country. They're offering them America's pie, while citizens like her are on the streets. At least the president is trying to help in some sort of way. It's not going to be fixed overnight because it's been like this so long. So you just can't clean it up overnight. It's kind of like if you're eating a lot of food and you gain a lot of weight, you're not going to lose that weight overnight because you didn't gain it overnight. Clock it. What you mean, give you a home? That's the problem. That's the mentality. Give me, give me, give me. People can't just keep giving. How about work for a home? How about let us help you get the tools in order for you to be able to make it, to be productive in society? This is the mindset of a lot of people. Give me, give me, give me. Okay, once you got the home, what you gonna do? You gonna lose the home if you can't work to keep it? You need to quit allowing the media to make it seem like this man is some type of dictator or anything. No, I applaud President Trump for what he's trying to do with DC. He's trying to clean it up. So tourists, actually, because I've been to DC before, tourists can walk down the street and not get clogged over the head. Their purse taken, their wallet taken. They wake up in the hospital, they don't know what happened to them. Had to sit on a park bench only to be stuck in the behind by a needle that was used by somebody on drugs. Actually, a city will lose money if the crime is high because nobody want to go there. Nobody want to visit. No, I don't. I'm not going back right now. I'll go back later once it's cleaned up. That's what a lot of these liberal leaders want. They want you to think you have to be given something. And that, in fact, is you being on with a plantation mindset. You know, but we don't want to be given anything. We should want to make it on our own. People migrated into this country for the American dream. Opportunities, not to be given anything, to be positioned in order to be able to make it. Work for it, strive for it. Big difference. Y'all could let these mayors and these politicians, all these liberal ideologists, progressive ideologists, globalist, Marxist, communist ideologists, be with y'all if y'all want. Nothing in life is free. Even salvation, although Jesus offers it as a free gift, you still have to accept it. The Bible says if a man don't work, he don't eat. We have to be productive people in society. If President Trump is trying to clean up the city, get the crime off the street, if he got to put the National Guard there to do it, I'm 100% behind him. Because obviously the Democrats that's running the city, they not doing nothing. Obviously they could care less. You know why? Because they don't live there. It does not affect them yet. Do y'all want a third world country, America? Or do y'all want America the beautiful? Catch it.